so much for joining me here today at Re-Written Vintage Homestead on YouTube or Rittenhouse Farms if you're watching me local. And the harvest is done. And I am so relieved. The farm stand is done for the season. So now I get to start getting ready for the holidays and enjoying the fall season and enjoying all the hard work that I did as far as the preserving that I have in my pantry. So during this time, I like to go to the Covered Bridge Festival. Now that's in Parke County, Indiana, which is just over the Illinois line. And you can get maps. There's all kinds of covered bridges in that area, but there's also four major towns and areas that you can go to for crafts and food and beautiful leaves and scenic drives. And it's just a fun way to kick off the autumn season. Now there's Rockville, which we went to, Rockville, Indiana. There's Bridgeton, Indiana, which we went to. There's Mansfield, and there's Billy Creek. So we went to Bridgeton. It's one of the largest and has the most handmade type of crafts that you're looking for. So we went there, and then we went to Rockville, and we just had a great time. The leaves were beautiful. The weather was gorgeous. My brother and sister-in-law were here for the trip, and we had a really great time. And on the way home, we stopped at the Covered Bridge restaurant in Indiana, which is a really nice mom and pop diner. And so I'm going to show you some clips of our trip, and then at the end, I'll show you what I got. And we are here in Bridgeton, Indiana for the Covered Bridge Festival, and I thought I'd take you along with me. Right here behind me is the Bridgeton Mill, established in 1823. And to the right is the Bridgeton Covered Bridge. And today we're going to see all kinds of crafts, vintage items, antiques, flea market things, and wonderful food. So let's go. I was looking for a pink flamingo and I found one. I think I'll haul that home. Of course, along with those little chickens. Look at the size of those wind chimes. They're huge. And of course, we have all kinds of pumpkins, any kind you could want. Look what I found right here in the middle of town. I found some beautiful chickens. Oh, they're so pretty. Yeah, and Mr. Rooster, you look friendly. They have a whole bunch of them. They have rabbits. Rabbits are back there. Right in the middle of the sale. We have found the food area. Well, there's lots of food areas, but this one has chips and taters, hot ham and cheese, sausage, peanuts, barbecue, butterfly pork chops, ribs, anything you could think of. It smells so good in here, especially with the crisp fall air. Look at these themed Christmas trees. They are so cute. There's Elvis. And Snoopy. Any kind you could think of. So we are now leaving Bridgeton and we are heading for Rockville. And we may stop along the way at some other sales, but we'll just have to see what's ahead of us. Going through this road with the beautiful trees. We're now in the little town of Rockville, Indiana, across the street from the 36th Saloon, which is a destination for motorcycle riders usually. walking uptown. And I love vintage Christmas. Aren't those adorable? So cute. And this is the old jail in Rockville. And I hate to say it, but when it was a jail, I did have a family member here at one time. Down there in the old drunk tank. So we're gonna check it out. And when you walk in, we've got people that have signed the wall, old jailbirds. And we'll come over this way. Look at this. Everywhere. And they turned the old jail into a little speakeasy. It's adorable. And I'm getting ready to go into my favorite store in Rockville. It's called G&M Variety, and they carry all kinds of the old Woolworth type of things. So let's check it out. They have artificial flowers and holiday decorations, flags, wind chimes, Christmas, cute Christmas, ribbons and bows. And over here we have everything you need for your camper. Coasters. I mean, if you want it, this store has it. Tools and whatnots, paint, canning jars, canes, cleaners. Look at these beautiful doilies sets. Curtain rods, lamp shades, tablecloths, doilies. They are adorable. Over here you have the holiday ones.
They do it night and day. Mischief mayhem, mischief mayhem. Oh my!
Crazy at these things because I really don't need anything, but I always try to get stocking stuffers for people because you can find unusual things that you can't find locally. I can't show you those though because family does watch my channel too, so I don't want to give it all away, but I'll show you what I got for myself. I got some soap. Oh, I love these homemade soaps. This is oatmeal lavender. And it's a cold pressed soap. So with cold pressed soaps, they use lye. Number one, it's a disinfectant, but number two, it bubbles up really well. So you feel like you're using the type of soap that you're used to using. But oh, I just love the smell of these. I'm a sucker for homemade soap. I don't know how to make it myself, but that's on the list. I got this beautiful, I hope you can see it really well. It's gray and silver doily for my round table. And I got this at the dime store. I think it's called C&M dime store there in Rockville. They have a whole wall of different kinds of doilies you can get. Every shape, every color, holidays, everything. And this was less than $10. And I think it's just beautiful. So I got that. One of the stores in Rockville was just so cool and decorated beautifully for fall. I'm a sucker for paint by numbers. I just love the aesthetic. I love how they look. They had a whole wall of like deer and country scenes and old farms that looked like they were paint by numbers, but they actually weren't. They were replicas. But then they also had plates. Look at that. And it looks like a paint by number too. I almost got 4 of these, but I thought, no, I'm going to see if I can find a place for this one. And if I can, I'll go back next year or later this year and get the rest. But this is just plastic, so, you know, it's going to be easy to wash. I'm not going to use it, though, to eat off of. I've already got a real pretty place for it in my living room. But I love paint by numbers, and that's what this looks like. I've never seen one of these before, so I really liked it. I got this sweatshirt. Hope you can see it. Isn't that cute? It's got a patchwork pumpkin on it. Now, they had all kinds of clothes for women. Clothes, t-shirts, fall, Halloween, sweatshirts, jewelry, t-shirts, and everything. So these, I want to show you these earrings. They are so cute. I hope you can see them. They are Indian corn earrings. I got those for Christmas last year, and I just love them. And they go perfect with my new sweatshirt. And my most expensive item that I bought was this hat. I've wanted one of these hats forever, and it was called the Hat Bar or Hat Boutique. And so first they fit you for a hat, and then they take a little torch and they burn the edges here. I got to pick out my band, and this is an owl feather that was out in our yard, so I stuck it in there. But I have wanted one of these forever. I think they are so cute. When Marshall and I go walking, I'm going to wear my hat and have my hat on. Isn't that cute? This was my biggest item. I've never seen anybody selling these before, so I thought I have got to get it. Boy, they had everything too. They could brand anything you wanted on there, your initials, or they had different kinds of shapes like buffalo and deer and things that they could brand on there. They had these in all different colors. They had all different bands you could choose from. They had feathers if you wanted them. You know, lots of things that you could decorate it with. But I just love this. So that's what I spent my money on. I usually go to the Covered Bridge like once every 3 years because it's the same thing. If you go every year, it's kind of the same thing every year. And there for a while, I didn't go for many years because it turned into made in Japan. And everything was just junk. But they're kind of going back. They're going back to the handmade craft things. I saw a lot of painted gourds. I saw a lot of sewing. And so that I was glad to see that. Canning, candles. And we're going back to the homemade stuff. Thank goodness. Instead of the made in Japan. So if you guys ever get a chance, it's always about the second week. I think it starts usually October 10th. Goes on for a week. In the month of October, and it'll really get you in the mood for fall and the holiday season. So thanks for joining me, you guys. I know it's been a long time. I've got some more videos I'm editing for you. And now that the hubbub of harvest and gardening is done, we'll be back on a regular schedule. I really missed you. I really appreciate you hanging in there with me, and I'll see you next time.